Well, happy Wednesday afternoon, everybody. It is time for our weekly weather update, as we like to do pretty much every Wednesday and every Sunday. Now, these past couple of weeks, it is the holiday season, so there's been some times where we've had to take off for the stream and the updates that we like to do here. So don't be surprised if maybe we miss a Sunday or a Wednesday here, at least as we head throughout the next couple of weeks. But of course, we're on today. We want to keep everybody updated on what we have going on out there as we head all the way up through the holiday time period hit there for the early part of next week, because of course Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, we also have Kwanzaa that's going to be going on, a lot happening here as we head throughout the next week. So let's talk a little bit about the forecast that we have going on as we head throughout the week ahead. Looking out outside here for our Wednesday, there is a lot of cloud cover overhead. We're dealing with some upper level clouds passing over at the moment. That's going to continue as we head throughout the afternoon this Wednesday. Now it's 2:15 in the afternoon on Wednesday, so you're seeing the current conditions for this time period. We're going to be talking about the forecast, though, here in just a moment. So if you're watching this at a later time, know that we are going to dive into what the forecast is showing, so you're going to get an idea of what the forecast is again for that Christmas Eve, Christmas Day holiday. And then we're also going to take a look at the extended forecast that talks a little bit more about what we have going on for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So first off, out towards Midtown Atlanta, we have a lot of cloud cover. Again, temperatures in the mid-40s, upper 40s, though, out at the airport. A lot of cloud cover in either location. We did have more filtered sunshine earlier on. That helped our temperatures really rebound nicely after we started off in the 20s and 30s this morning. But again, it's kind of slowed a little bit because that cloud cover has increased. We've had some cold mornings for the last couple of mornings. You notice that we started off at 37 there as we started off just 2 days ago. Rose to 58, though. That was above average, and we were below average all day yesterday. It was cold. 29 there for the start. Rose to 47. Of course, it's been cold today. The official numbers, though, they don't come in until later in the afternoon, and we'll be sure to report those to you as we head throughout our evening shows tonight on 11 Alive. We've also had some cold mornings back towards the end of November. We hit 28 degrees there for the low. That actually tied for the coldest temperature that we've had so far this year. Back on March 20th, we hit 28 degrees. And by the way, between March 20th and November 29th, we didn't drop below freezing once. So we hit 28 degrees as our coldest temperature of the year so far on March 20th, and then 28 degrees again on March 29th. All that time in between, we didn't actually even drop below freezing. So quite a stat there. As we head into the end of this year, of course, we'll have more opportunities or more possibilities of having some cold mornings. But it's looking like we actually may get a little bit of a warming trend, at least through the Christmas holiday. And we're going to be showing that here in just a moment. Looking at satellite and radar, though, you again see that we have a lot of cloud cover outside. That cloud cover, not just for us here in North Georgia. Take a look further off to the west. Alabama, Mississippi, stretching into Arkansas, even portions of Oklahoma and northeast Texas, they all are dealing with some uniform cloud cover across the region. Further down towards the south, you're also seeing some light shower activity there over the northern portion of the Gulf of Mexico. This is good traveling weather. You know, we don't have a lot of rainfall out there, and we actually don't have a lot of rainfall across the United States, with the exception of some spots where if you have a little bit of rainfall, it can actually be a pretty big issue. Thankfully, not seeing any huge issues out there towards Arizona and New Mexico right now, out towards the deserts, but they are getting some shower activity there. A lot of shower activity there along the California coastline to go along with it, but the eastern half of the United States is very quiet, really not seeing any activity at all. That's good for anybody who's traveling there up the eastern seaboard. Forecast track shows that as we head throughout the next 48 hours or so, even beyond that, we're going to stay quiet here in North Georgia. Temperatures, they're into the lower 50s for the afternoon on Wednesday. And then tonight into Thursday morning, we're going to have another cold night. Temperatures are expected to retreat back down into the 20s and 30s. It is going to be a chilly start to the day there on Thursday. You're going to want a good jacket before you head out the door, and then we head into the afternoon. The temperatures are going to rebound nicely. Now, the reason why that's going to happen is our winds start to turn a little bit more out of the southeast there. With more southeasterly wind, we end up getting a little bit warmer. Temperatures into the mid to upper 50s for highs, and we'll continue that warming trend as we head throughout Friday morning as well. Still going to be fairly cool, yeah, temperatures in the 30s, but warmer compared to what we've been the past couple of mornings, and then back into the mid to upper 50s for highs there Friday before we see the temperatures really rebound on Saturday. High temperatures on Saturday are going to get back into the 60s. That is well above average for this time of year. We should be around 55 for this time of year. We're going to be hitting 61, 63 there on Sunday for Christmas Eve. So not expecting a white Christmas. And then we head into Monday on Christmas Day. Temperatures do fall a little bit. And the big reason behind that is because we're going to have a chance for rainfall move back into our region. We're going to have a chance for rain, not just scattered rain, but even scattered to widespread on Monday, and that's going to continue even into the day on Tuesday as a big area of low pressure tracks across the United States. We can see that as we take that extended look at the forecast track. Looking at Sunday at 9 a.m., I want you to look towards the central portion of the United States. Take a look at that big spin that we have going on out here towards western portions of Kansas, eastern portions of Colorado. Notice that there's a lot of southerly winds out ahead of that. That's going to be moisture pulling in out of the Gulf of Mexico ahead of that area of low pressure. And that low pressure is going to continue to shift off towards the east as we head into Monday and Tuesday. Monday by 1 p.m., you see that the central area of the low is going to be right over the Missouri area. You see that big spin. We call it a big clockwise, big counterclockwise spin, and that big counterclockwise spin will continue to shift across the United States as that area of low pressure shifts, and it's going to bring us some better chances for rainfall there again for Monday and then into Tuesday. But once we get into Wednesday, it's looking like it may start to shift a little bit further over to the east. There's still some uncertainties in the forecast there for Wednesday and Thursday, so just beyond the 7-day forecast. But something we're going to continue to keep a close eye on. I know there may be some gifts that Santa may bring, or maybe some gifts that you get from some relatives that you may want to go ahead and bring outside and play with outside. But there could be a few days there beyond that Monday morning time frame before we can really take those gifts out and enjoy them. Of course, we do need the rainfall, so consider that a gift. We are still well behind on rain, actually 8.5 inches behind on rainfall, and it's likely going to continue to worsen here as we head throughout the next week until at least we get to Monday and Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday, we'll get anywhere from 1 inch to 3 inches of rain across the region. That area in light blue there, that is 1 inch of rainfall. Trying to bring up my tool here to be able to point that out to you. You see that light blue showing up right through there. That's where we're going to get about 1 inch of rainfall. And then taking a look at those purples, that's where we could get up to maybe 1.5 inches to 2 inches of rain. We'll take whatever we can get because, again, we're well behind on rain, and you can see that when we look at the drought monitor. Now, the drought monitor, it updates every single Thursday morning, and you see that we have the extreme drought here in portions of northwest Georgia. Likely going to see that peel back a little bit before the end of the year thanks to some of the rain that we're expecting, and at least we don't have exceptional drought anymore. And I want you to look further off to the west. Remember how bad the exceptional drought was for them in Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas? We have really seen it wither away because it's not just us that's been getting beneficial rainfall here. Areas off to the west have been getting it as well. Now, we are still behind on rain for the month of December, so despite the fact that we got a good amount of rain here just a couple of weeks ago, or really last week, we are still behind. We need some rain. Notice that the past really few months we have just stayed behind on rain. December, we are a long way away from getting to that just over 4.5 inches. We are still under 2 inches for the month of December, and we only have a few days left. Looking at November, you see that we have really a third of the month left rather for December. But looking at November, you see we finished well behind in October and September. The last time we were ahead on rainfall was in August as far as by the month. But you see that we only have 4 months that we ended up with above average rain. I'm willing to bet that we finish up December, unfortunately, behind average unless something significant happens there just before New Year's. Looking at your 7-day forecast, again, we do have the cold conditions expected for tomorrow morning for your first day of winter. 29 degrees there for the low, 57 for the high. Friday, it's going to be a lot of cloud cover outside, but temperatures do rebound back into the upper 50s. We're talking lower 60s for Saturday and Sunday. And then those rain chances ramping back up as we head into Monday and Tuesday. I'm thinking that the rain chances really pick up overnight Christmas Eve, and Christmas Day. And then Christmas Day, that's going to be when we have some more of that rainfall before we head into Tuesday with that 50% chance for rain. Looking at your 8 to 14-day outlook, I'd like to look beyond that 7-day forecast. Looks like we'll be around average for temperatures. That'd be mid-50s for this time of year. So not expecting too cold of conditions as we head into the very end of the year and into the beginning of next year. And then when we look at the 8 to 14 day rainfall outlook, it's looking like we're going to have around average to just below average temperatures, or excuse me, around average to just below average rainfall, which is not good. Again, we need a significant amount of rain here, but we're just not going to get it here as we head into the end of the year and into the beginning of next year. Looking at your Peach State outlook over the next 3 days, you notice that temperatures are going to be in the 60s to 70s for highs each day across the region. Albany, is going to be rising up to 71 there for the high on Saturday. Going to be nice and warm down there, maybe a good place to head down to. And then as you look at your weekend getaways, maybe you're planning a big trip for the Christmas holiday. Maybe your family likes to head up to Gatlinburg whenever it's the Christmas holiday and rent a cabin. Well, it's looking like we are going to be dealing with a little bit of shower activity up there on Monday, but at least it will be drier on Saturday and Sunday. Maybe your family likes to head down to the beach. If you're headed down to Destin, some shower activity Sunday and Monday, unfortunately. So don't be surprised by those showers, and maybe you take that extra day off on Friday, get an extra dry day down there on the beach, no matter where you could be heading to. And then Georgia State Park forecast, if you plan on doing any hikes, of course, you know, a lot of people try to get that New Year's resolution stuff going a little early. Maybe you're off on Thursday. If you're off tomorrow, you want to get out and do a hike, make sure that you bundle up in the morning. Look at a lot of those spots for hiking, like out towards Tallulah Gorge. Maybe you're headed up to Amicalola Falls, headed to Sweetwater Creek, Cloudland Canyon. Temperatures in the 20s and 30s, rising into the 50s for the afternoon. So we'll continue to keep you updated on everything, of course, right here at 11 Alive. I'm going to bring back up the 7-day forecast. Remember that it's the holidays. There's going to be some days, unfortunately, that we do miss. Typically, we do these Wednesdays at 2:30 p.m. and then on Sundays at 11:30 a.m. Or 11 a.m., excuse me. But again, there's going to be some days that we miss, unfortunately, just because of the holidays and scheduling and everything. So I hope everybody can have a wonderful week ahead of them. We'll continue to keep you updated on, of course, everything right here at 11 Alive. Don't forget that you can catch our weathercast every single evening with Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb in the mornings with meteorologist Chesley McNeil. And then you can also catch meteorologist Melissa Nord each afternoon for a 4 o'clock show as we keep you updated on everything going on all across North Georgia and across the Atlanta area as well. And then you can catch me on the weekends in the morning, meteorologist Andrew Wilson. Meteorologist Nicole Hartford, she's still here. She's on maternity leave. She'll be back to give updates to you every single weekend evening here in just a couple more months. So I hope everybody can have a wonderful week ahead of them. Happy holidays. I hope you can have a wonderful time with your family. And don't be surprised again by some of that rainfall as we head into early next week.